Ladies and gentlemen, when Rod Serling put pen to paper, it made a lot of sense from a science fiction or a thriller or a film noir standpoint. But this episode of Night Gallery, not say it didn't make any sense, but the denouement really didn't over very much that he perfected. Now this one is called The Nature of the Enemy. The plot revolves around a lunar crash site investigation, reveals a surprising inhabitant in the show. This is the third story on Night Gallery's season 1, episode 2. Blog podcast gave us 2 out of 4. I only give it a 1 star, and here's why. Even though it was written by Rod Serling and Alan Reisner did a great job in directing, the plot should have had a better conclusion. Now, Joseph Campanella, who appeared in another short excerpt on Twilight Zone, I think second season, appears as Sims. Richard Van Fleet as the astronaut. James B. Sicking of TV fame as the first reporter, and Jason Wingreen as the second reporter. Now this one, NASA sent a team to the moon to investigate the crash of a previous mission. An additional ship sent there is also missing. The astronauts on the rescue mission see no signs of life despite the communication from the previous mission's men. Campanella plays Sims, the team leader at NASA's Mission Control. He gives a statement to reporters gathered there, telling them that what sounded like a direct was not. He has to cut the briefing short because another transmission is coming in from the rescue craft's crew. The astronaut reports that he's looking at a huge metal platform, but he can't figure out why the previous flight's crew would have built it. Then he seems to realize just before perishing, as we hear him say, it can't be, it just can't be. Then a scream and the signal cuts out. For some reason, the film of this is then run silent scene for the assembled members of the press. One observes that the platform mentioned by the astronauts looks like a giant mousetrap. Then the live transmission resumes and we see something moving near the platform. A close-up reveals an enormous mouse lumbering his hind paws, to which Sims and Campanella must be given credit here for not giggling, exclaims, "The enemy. That's the enemy." Okay. The sight of a giant mouse terrorizing the human colonists of the moon is an unintentionally hilarious one, and ruins what have had to that point been an intriguing enough story with a certain amount of tension over what the rescue mission would find on the moon. It harkens back to the many cheapo sci-fi movies from the 1950s. Night Gallery can and would do much better, but it's clunkers like this one which helped to mar the series in the minds of many. I don't think by season 3 people were remembering how bad this episode was. But from my standpoint as a viewer and a fan of Night Gallery, they could have having a giant mouse or maybe a giant dinosaur or like a large one-eyed creature would have made a lot more sense if it is a blackout. Did Serling try to make this as a tribute to the old sci-fi movies he watched and his colleagues helped perfect? I think basically what he tried to do is give the audience an indication that anything can happen in Night Gallery, even though he wasn't a pure showrunner. But Rod Serling has never talked about the episode, to my knowledge, and why would he? Because it's one of the few 1-star Ron Serling scripts. And for those who like it, more power to you. But for me, the episode could have been much better with a better denouement. I don't know, maybe a large Sasquatch, or pretty weird. Anyway, if you liked our Night Gallery podcast, let us know with a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, not everything in the Night Gallery is a bummer, but not everything is perfect as well. Thanks for listening. Bye.